So Doom Eternal came out last month to general and critical acclaim, and the general consensus is everyone loved it. Quite a lot. Everyone loved it. Everyone has done everything in this game. It's been out for a month, and with reviews like those, you know people have gotten every single ounce of doominess that they can get out of the game. They've got all the weapons, they've got all the collectibles, they've got all of the bobblehead figurines, they've killed all the demons. It's all been done. I'm struggling to think of things that haven't been done. Yet. So the question for today is, how much do the demons in Doom Eternal get paid? The most important thing to remember, if you want to understand this video, is how I've calculated the demon's wages, because obviously there's nothing in the game saying,
"Ooh, the imp gets paid this much."
That's just not how it works. What we do have is average wages from around the world, and what we do have, or I've kind of improvised, is how many years of experience we think that they have, what their skill set is worth. Those things can be used to help determine a wage. But I had a bit of trouble with figuring out where I should get the average salaries from. Average salaries vary all around the world. I could pick England, because I'm in England. I could pick, I don't know, China. It's got the biggest population. But what I went with was Florida, because it's the closest thing to hell on earth I can think of. Alright, so firstly we've got to go through the different demons, what jobs they would have, and therefore what their wages would be, obviously based off of Florida. So, for example, the zombie bends his knees and uses his arms and is exploited for resources. So, the zombie would be a warehouse worker. The imp is a passionate pyromaniac with a penchant for pyrotechnics, meaning that he would be a fireworks technician. The blaster and shield soldiers both control areas, shout at kids, and are generally a little bit pathetic, making them mall cops, Paul Blart style. The gargoyle is a flighty fella that grabs humans and brings them to other demons, making them Uber Eats drivers. Good job. The lost soul is a tortured entity that has just barely escaped being enslaved by the demonic hordes, but is so twisted from its time in hell that it works for them for free anyway. Classic intern. The Maker Drone is a quote-unquote extension of the Khan Maker's will. Yeah, a real people pleaser, a real teacher's pet, a real personal assistant. With 4 mechanical legs and a fleshy brain inside controlling it all, you know that the Arachnotron has experience with heavy machinery, and therefore is a forklift driver. With an airy personality and the amazing ability to float, the Keiko Demon is clearly a hot air balloon operator. Wielding basic technical knowledge and the ability to make plasma shields, you know that there's no one more suited for the job of Apple product specialist than the Carcass. The Mancubus. Big, strong, protective. I can't think of anyone better suited as a private security guard than a Mancubus. Except for maybe the Cyber Mancubus, who's just a regular Mancubus, but better. So we're going to make that a senior private security guard. Hell Knights and Dread Knights are aggressive, mean, probably would make you do your pee in your underwear if you forgot your pee kit, would definitely wear a coat out on the field, hates kids, generally just really mean for no reason. So they would be gym teachers and senior gym teachers respectively. The Pain Elemental is someone who's dedicated their entire life to doing their job. You know what their job is? It's transporting lost souls into battle. That's commercial airlines. That's flying demons. That's a Boeing 747 pilot, which gets paid a lot. And we're talking a lot. Pinky canonically uses his head to smash through defences, like forts. Demolition Foreman. The Prowler can use some sort of pocket dimension to teleport around the battlefield and disappear for moments at a time. You know what that would be useful for? Bam! Surprise undercover agent! And it pays there. The Revenant has a jetpack that it seems to have made itself, as well as 2 rocket launchers. So I'm going to say an electrician, because There's got to be some wiring going on there. I mean, just look at that page. God. Alright, so this one's difficult. The Spectre is invisible, as you can see, hopefully. I don't think he would have passed an interview. Who's going to take an interview? He can't even make eye contact. No one's going to take an interview from this guy. The Spectre is unemployed. He shows up on the battlefield anyway. He just wants to be part of the fun. He's been self-isolating, you know? He's lonely. He just wants to be part of something. Whiplashes move quick, cause pain, and are generally annoying, making them the perfect Zumba instructor. The Archvile summons reinforcements, makes people put effort in just by being in the room, and shoots fire out of his hands. We've all had an office manager like that. Fun fact, the Barons of Hell actually dominate one area of Hell called the Burning Abyss. And they probably, being apex predators, you know, control and... they subjugate lesser demons to their will. You know who else does that? Property managers. They're landlords. Ugh. Alright, get this. Doom Hunters. Specifically designed to hunt the Doomslayer. That's pretty self-explanatory. You know what else is self-explanatory? Bounty Hunter. The Marauders are an elite band of highly trained individuals who do Hell's bidding on Earth. If they work for the USA, they'd be clandestine agents. The cybernetically enhanced Tyrants were charged with overseeing the invasion of Earth alongside the Hell Priests. Robocop? More like Robo Project Manager. Buff totems are sticks. Cue balls are actually a detriment to Hell's forces more than they are literally anything else. They just kill demons, they don't even hurt you. So there are actually a lot less of them in Doom Eternal, and I think they're unemployed. They just mill around one area in the game and never show up again, so... benefits for Florida. Tentacles inhabit designated zones and ensure that visitors do not stray from where the tentacles want them to be, making them land tour guides. The Gladiator fights for the Hell Priest Deeg Grav's personal entertainment, making him a boxer by heart. The Hell Priests are useless and actually rely on the protection of those around them, but are considered powerful because of the legions they command. Definitely upper management. Bing. The Khan Maker is the CEO of Heaven, and I based her income off of Elon Musk because she wants to destroy the Earth and then reap the benefits for herself. Ka-chow.
The icon of sin is a nearly unstoppable force that instills fear in anyone that even witnesses it. It warps reality just by existing. Even the Khan Maker fears the icon of sin. HR.
In order to convert the average wages of a worker in Florida to the average wages of a worker in Hell, you have to run the Floridians' wages through two formulas. The first one deals with supply and demand, and the second one deals with previous experience and skill. To find the supply, I just compared the amount of a certain demon compared to the amount of other demons in the games. For example, there's a high number of imps, so the value would be high. And there's a low number of whiplashes, so the value would be low. And let's say I gave these a numerical value, like low is 1, medium is 2, and high is 3. Then, I find the demand, which is based off of how useful the demon is. I give that a number, I find the difference between the two numbers, and then I plug that into the formula that you see on screen now. Yeah. For the skills and experience, there are two facets that need to be looked at. The previous years of experience, and previous qualifications. Now I know it sounds like I'm repeating myself. I'm saying for the years of experience you need years of experience. But these are two separate important parts of the formula that cannot be ignored. They are essential for the final result, and we need to figure out both of them separately so then we can add them together and plug them into the formula on screen now. Previous qualifications were allocated a value in years. For example, if you graduate from university, some employers will say that's worth 3 years of experience, because they'll say you either need 3 years of experience or you need a university degree. So, using a mix of codex entries and my own intuition, I have allocated different demons different qualifications. For example, the Archvile. He's a manager, so he's probably passed a managerial course at some point. That's probably worth a couple years of experience. And then, on the other end of that, is the actual years of previous experience, which I also figured out using codex entries and my own intuition. For example, a zombie would have only recently been turned, having been created after the invasion of Earth, or after the Argent Wave at the UAC facility in Mars. Therefore, a zombie would have 2 years of experience maybe at most. Therefore, 2 years of experience plus no qualifications, that gives them a value of 2. And then we put that into the formula and blah blah blah, and you get your final result. What's important to note here is an archvile has been working for hundreds and hundreds of years, but no matter what the value is, it caps out at 50. Because let's be honest, previous experience and qualifications are only going to give you so much of a pay rise. You're not going to get a quadrupled salary just because you have 70 years of experience. And so, now that we've done these formulas, we just have to fill the numbers into our spreadsheet, and the most paid demon is, drumroll please, the Icon of Sin, with $172,000 plus per year, standard. That's a lot of money. And with that, that's the most paid demon in hell, and the end of the video. Right? Right? Wrong! We need to talk about inflation. Something that I've neglected throughout this entire video is the fact that if we were actually dealing with angels and demons' wages, it wouldn't be in dollars, it would be in whatever currency they have. And it's important to remember that while heaven and hell are companies, they're also countries, they're also sovereign states. They have leaders, they have government, they even have parliament. Hell has the 6 archdemons which rule everything. Therefore, they have a parliament that work under the Dark One, who's the Prime Minister. So we know that they're a country, and we know that they have an economy, and we know that they have inflation. And since we're converting these currencies into dollars, because there's no mention of an economy or the currency in heaven or hell in the Bible or in Doom, that means that we are figuring out which demon gets paid the most in dollars, which means that if the demons or the angels' economies are dealing with hyperinflation, that actually these enemies aren't getting paid very much at all. Which brings us to the next point of this presentation, which is Chinese hell dollars. Chinese hell money, or Joss paper as it's actually known in China, was invented by Chinese Christians back in ye olden days because Christian missionaries accidentally told them that all people went to hell, basically telling them that hell was the afterlife instead of telling them that bad people went to hell. What this ended up with was Chinese people burning money, well fake money, Joss notes, as an offering to the dead so that they would have lots of money in the afterlife. The issue with this is, Joss notes have high values on them. On kkdiscount.com you can buy a pack of 55 Joss notes, each with a value of $1 billion, or hell dollars, because that must be the currency that they use, and you know how much it costs? $2.50, which means that $2.50 is worth 55 billion hell dollars, which means that, with a bit of calculation, one hell dollar is worth approximately 0.00000000045 meaning once you've translated the wages of the demons into dollars, their actual equivalent wage would be less than a cent. In fact, so far less than a cent, it would be equivalent to 0. On the other hand, angels. There's only 2 angels in the game, 2 that are actually employed and paid by heaven directly and not by proxy, and they're not owned by hell, such as the hell priests. It is the Khan Maker and the Maker Drone. The Khan Maker, based off of Elon Musk. You know something about Elon Musk? Elon Musk hasn't been paid by Tesla in 2 years at least, because he has a comfortable personal wealth of 39 million. That's just what he's sitting on, which means that by extension, the Khan Maker doesn't make any salary because we're basing her income off of Elon Musk, which means that the only enemy left remaining in Doom with any salary whatsoever worth more than 0 is the Maker Drone. One of the most pathetic enemies in the game. There's your answer. Have a good one.
That's very interesting, sir, but I don't understand what that has to do with your student loan.
You know what? Forget it.